marriage is a union between two people. So what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. That means that whatever is good for your husband, your wife, or whatever is good for you, the wife, is equally good for your husband. So it's only normal that you sit down, do your homework, and get to know those things that your husband requires of you, either by saying or by action. These two things go together. So once in a while, you two can spoil him and get the mood up and going. Today, I'm going to be talking about what husbands actually want from we, the wives. My name is Obinjo. I'm a relationship enthusiast. I create content on love, life, marriage, and basically everything that has to do with relationship. And if you just see me for the first time, then you're welcome to my channel. Take a seat, relax, go through my videos, and of course, I hope you do love what you hear. Every man would want his wife, regardless of whether she earns more than him or he earns more than her, or she's from a more buoyant family, or just whatever. Every man would want his wife to actually respect him, and it's so far-fetched now. Respect is one thing that is really lacking in most of these relationships, and honestly, if you really look at it, it's because there's kind of no respect in the relationship that there's enough problems, or these people are faced with enough problems. And most cases, the man just demands it. It's really not out of place for him to demand his respect. It's more like an ego thing. So if you're not giving him that respect, it's like you just crushed his very sense of being. So what are the ways your husband would want you to respect him? He would want you to respect him by never having to give a negative comment to whatever he's saying, whatever he plans to do, his ideas, his opinion. There's nothing as devastating as having to as a man, come out with this great plan of yours, talk about it with your wife, and she's just there sitting down listening to basically everything you're saying, and when you're done, nothing good or positive comes out of her mouth. It's so annoying. Everything she has to say is so negative, and this is so unfortunate, because even if you do not key into basically everything that he's saying, you do not key into his plans, you just have to pardon me. I don't know what is actually making noise out there, but there's some kind of noise there. So like I was saying, you don't have to key or agree with basically everything or he says, or whatever plans he has to make, but the manner at which you go about it will determine whether you are going to bruise his ego or not. So he wants you to not be giving him some kind of negative comments as regards his thoughts, his plans, his actions, or whatever it is he wants to set into motion. Another thing he would want you to respect him for would be considerate. A lot of women are very inconsiderate. They try not to understand with him, and they just expect that this is what they want, and so they must have it. They don't put it into focus or into consideration at the moment that he can't do this, or for one or two reasons he can't meet up. So he would want you to be considerate enough to respect whatever decisions he has made as regard whatever it is you want or you need, or all those kind of things. Another thing, when it comes to the issue of respect, he wants you to be thankful. He wants you to be just grateful for the little things that he has been able to do. He might not be able to match up with your friend's husband, or he might not be able to match up with a colleague in the office, or he just might not be able to give you that good thing that you want, but at least he's tried in his own ways to give you what he can give you. So when it comes to all of this, he wants you to be grateful and respectful. And trust me, if you can do all of this, respect your man in whatever ways, he's really going to appreciate you as a wife. So just as you would want him to continue being appreciative of the fact that you're his wife, he also wants you to be happy that you're married to him. He doesn't want a situation whereby you're comparing him with some ex or some other random person. It's going to bruise his ego. It's going to bruise his pride. It just shows that you're not happy being married to him. And of course, if you had the slightest opportunity, you're just going to walk out of the marriage. So your husband wants you to also put his fears to rest, that you're happy being his wife, irrespective of everything that you're faced in the marriage. Another thing he would want to hear from you is that if you were given a second chance, you're going to marry him all over again. This is a question I'm always seeing on my social media platform, and they're always asking ladies, if you were to remarry in another life, would you remarry the person you're married to? And to tell you, sometimes when I'm scrolling down on the comment section, I'm always laughing because some of the responses to these questions are so crazy. You know, a lot of women actually go out there and bear out their mind. You hear some of them saying that never in this lifetime would they ever marry who they are married to. They have their reasons for saying this, and of course, so that's one of the reasons why your husband wants you to reassure him that if this life were to come again, you would still want to be married to him, despite the fact that he might not be the best husband out there. He might not, give you basically everything you want. He might not be able to get you that luxurious car you want. He might not be able to put you in that mansion that you want to live. He might not just be able to provide basically everything you need, but he's hoping that you can make do with what he has, and of course see through every shortcomings, and still would want to, give it a shot with him again in this life to come. So another thing your husband obviously wants to hear is that I trust you. Yeah. There's no man out there who would be, doing something and then the wife is so totally against his plans simply because she doesn't trust his actions or she doesn't trust his judgment. A man needs to feel like a man. He wants to feel like he's in charge and he's in control. He knows basically what he's doing. And of course, that's just what a man is. A man has decided to marry you, start a family with you. That's enough reasons to show that he knows what he's getting into. Trust me, raising a family is a very, very, very difficult thing. So when he's done all this and he's making decisions that at that point in time, you as the wife don't actually feel that it's the best decision. He just wants you to take a chill pill, sit down, relax, and tell him that, sweetie, I trust you. I trust that your decision is the best decision that you can probably make for this family. It's not every time he says this or you're against it. It's just more like he wants you respecting him, which was the first option, a point I made earlier on. So he wants you to trust his decision. He wants you to trust that he knows basically what he's doing and he doesn't mean any harm for the family. So ladies, try as much as possible to trust your husbands, even though at that point in time the decisions that he might be making might not really make any sense to you, but try and trust him. So another thing your husband would love to hear from you is, let's make love. A number of women are so shy to say these words, and of course a number of men have actually attested to the fact that when it comes to the sexual intimacy in the bedroom, a number of women actually do wait for the men to initiate it. They wait for the men to actually take the lead, and of course the man doesn't want this. He wants you to take the lead most times. And of course, when you say this word, it's a way of, showing to him that you actually love having sex or making love with him. So every time you wait for him to take the lead or the initiative, sometimes it might just be a turn off or a put off. Aside that, most times you might actually be in the mood and you're expecting that he should just one way or the other spiritually know that you're in the mood. He wants you to say it. Be bold enough to say it. You are not his girlfriend, you are no lady outside, but his wife. So he's expecting that. Say it, say it, say it. Let's pray, pray, pray. I'm not saying that men can't pray for themselves or they can't actually pray for their families. Most men will surprise you, are very good when it comes to praying. But a man would want his wife to be as prayerful, if not even much, much prayerful than he is. He would want you to be the one to be, to be strong enough to gather the family to pray when you need to pray. A man needs a woman who he knows that come what may, you always and will always say a prayer on his behalf. You would always say a prayer on behalf of the kids or on behalf of the family. A man needs a wife that he knows that, I got this prayer warrior. He's not like he's marrying you to, be the one who is praying for his success or whatever. But of course, if I'm getting married, if I were a man, I want a woman that, as good looking as she is, as educated as she is, she also is well groomed when it comes to religious activities around the home. I'm not saying that a man wants a wife who is 24/7 in church, or he wants a woman every time she's doing spiritual. No, but he just wants a woman who knows how to get down on her knees and pray. He needs a woman who can arrange the family members to pray. He needs a woman who can, say a word to the jar up there for them. So that's basically what a man wants. He's found a wife, he's found a good thing. So that's that for that when it comes to what husbands actually do require of their wives, or what husbands would actually want their wives to be saying to them. So over to you guys. Let's continue this discussion in the comment section, because I know that a lot of you have so many things you'd want to say about this topic. And of course, if you did enjoy today's video, if I did make you laugh, and if of course you want to hear some more words that have to do with love life and marriage from me or Binjo, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed to my channel. And of course, turn on your notifications so that every time I get to post one video or the other, you'll be notified at your end. And of course, if there's anything you'd want me to talk about, feel free to send me a mail. So till I come your way with something else beautiful that, as you know, is on all these relationship issues and talk, it's your girl Obinjo signing out. Bye.